And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from FedEx Field. That'll be taken in the end zone. Smith on first down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Richardson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's in.
Game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And in this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
3rd and long, it's Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Settle down, huh?
They go play action here on first down. Looking for his tight end Reed, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 2 yards on that play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Now Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McDonald. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It's a room to maneuver, and he's going to get this inside the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
First down and then some. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Javon Hargrave. Forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Smith again. Before he's brought down. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first. To throw is Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Here's Smith. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith. Now Smith. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. We've got to get after it one more time.
He's got a man. Andre Reed complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork. So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Throwing is Smith. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up another timeout, and they get it. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now it's Crowder. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd and 10, Smith. And that is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here we go on 4th. Smith. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Room here to run. And hard. They'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's go.
This time, Roethlisberger will throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Crowder now to return. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
The second half starts with a carry by Bell. Nifty move. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way down the line.
He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
This will be fielded at the 17. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there, Smith to Dotson, and even 60 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Here's Smith. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Smith out to the left. It's complete to Dotson. That goes for a gain of 31.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
On first down, it's Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patches.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They snap it to Smith. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. Smith now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Josh Doxson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And this one through the uprights and good. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big time, John? Now you're coming back out. Now they've established this run game. The play-action pass could very well be open.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running...
And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. Give him an even 20 yards there on the pickup as a fake punt fooled everybody. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's open. They got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And Boswell's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now it's Smith. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Smith now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the, and that's caught inside the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead.